Interesting. So, how you doing, everybody? I've been looking around at some of the 7-Elevens in this area near Tsukishima Station. There's 4 or 5 of them, and each one has somewhat different stuff. And in this episode, I'm going to go and try some of the things that I found, including a very unusual Fanta in this Japanese convenience store onigiri rice ball experimentation with bacon. Yes, with bacon, which is pretty awesome. All right, there's a park right around here. Let's go over there and we can check it out. It is a Sunday afternoon, and it's a pretty nice sunny day, and I thought it would be good. Now, over in Hibiya Park in central Tokyo, they have a Christmas market going on, but because of the pandemic that's still going on here to Japanese, and they are requiring that you have 3 vaccination shots and make reservations to go into the market, which probably means it's not going to be very popular this year, but I will go there. When I come back from Kochi, I'm leaving tomorrow at 6 in the morning, and I'm taking you with me on this channel, which is going to be really exciting. All right, I got a bag full of stuff here. Let me just show you. We're going to sit down at the bench over there. Look at this. They say everything tastes better with bacon. They literally just put a chunk of bacon on top of a rice ball with egg. This is going to be super interesting. I've never seen anything like this at 7-Eleven. The innovation that they have with rice balls is quite amazing. It's more than just a rice ball. This one I saw at the last place we were at. This is a hanjuku tamago, which is a very soft-boiled egg. Looks like the leftovers, the broth of the ramen they probably put into the rice or something like that. I'm sure it's going to be really good. And there's some mayonnaise on the side there. Yeah, anything with bacon is very interesting in Japan. This is a run-of-the-mill rice ball. This is what it sort of looks like at the convenience stores. They're triangle-shaped, iconic in that way. And as long as I've been here, though, for the last 25 years, these have existed in the packaging that they have today. There's numbers on the top here. 1, where's 2? 2 is on this side, and then 3. Right there at the bottom, and that tells you how to open it, because you want to make sure that the seaweed stays fresh and crispy and is separated from the rice, which is wet, and this packaging does a pretty good job of that. The last one that we're going to try here today goes along with the bacon flavoring. Check this one out. It's an rice one with pork, bacon, onion, and omelet. This is just bizarre, and it's amazing they can put a meal in a rice ball, isn't it? 7-Eleven is so good with this. All right, let's have a seat. See, there are picnic tables across the way, but they're being enjoyed by family members. So usually on the weekdays, though, they're available, but on the weekends, we've got this bench here, which is enough for me and you, hopefully. All right, I'll make a little makeshift table here. We'll have some lunch, and I'll show you the drink that I got, which is pretty nice here. We'll sit in the sunshine. Oh yeah. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Tokyo. I'm glad the wind has kind of gone down as well, so I went off microphone. Got a tripod here. Let me set this up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to Kochi, so I figured today we'll do something like this. Just have lunch together. To drink and wash this all down. This is new. This is a premium Fanta. Hold on, I gotta do the opposite. This is a premium Fanta Pear. So this is going to be interesting to try. Pears they start to make their way around Japan. They're called La France. I don't know why a pear became La France, but this is the pear that we know in the West. And they only come out at Christmas time, which is really weird. Yeah, I don't have to hold it so far with this lens. Fanta is usually pretty good. They put real fruit juice in there and it tastes like fruit. Like real fruit. All right, let's give this a try here. I'm gonna go straight in for the bacon because this is the one that I'm most curious about. Like, again, like, I've never seen anything like this before. And I asked them to microwave it on the back here. On the back here, you can see they actually have directions for microwaving it. They put it in a 1500 watt microwave for 15 seconds. They only microwaved it for 10 seconds though, so it must be even more powerful. Let's give this baby a try. I mean, it's just bizarre, isn't it? This has got to be 250 yen for that. Oh gosh, it better be good. That's like double the price of a normal onigiri. All right, there's a tab here to tell you to open it right here. Oh. It smells like the pork on okonomiyaki. Like they usually have pork strips of bacon on the bottom. It doesn't smell like real bacon, you know, like the salty US bacon. But there's only one way to try it to tell if it has that same flavor on it. It's just completely, just a big chunk, completely laid perfectly on top there in the center. All right, everybody who's drooling, click the like button. Oh my gosh, check this out. This is weird. Look at the birds that have, oh, they flew away. There's a whole family of robins. Do you see them on top of there? They were lined up on here waiting for me to give them some pieces of rice. That's not gonna happen, guys. I want my rice. And the pigeons are here now too. I think they can smell this from, you know, I'm gonna put the phone in this direction, so if they come back, you're gonna see them. It was pretty cool. They lined up as though that they're actually gonna get some freebies here. Right here. Let's see if they come back. This is funny. All right, itadakimasu. Let's get intimate with this thing a little bit here. All right. I knew if I held it out, they would come back. All right, they are coming back. Itadakimasu. It's good. It's not real bacon. That's more pork than bacon. It doesn't have the same saltiness, and I would prefer it to be maybe crispy. I think maybe just a little bit too thick. I'm not complaining. I'm complaining. It's still bacon and egg onigiri. It's still pretty awesome. I feel perplexed though. It's confusing. No. I'm gonna put this one away. Spam would be better. Yeah. It's not disappointing, but it's a letdown a little bit. Is that a synonym for disappointing? I don't know. I think a thin slice of crispy bacon might be better, adding texture on there, but the visuals were pretty good on that. That's slab bacon, same cut as bacon, only thicker. So the slab bacon, I think, does not mix well. I'd rather have 3 pieces of crispy bacon. That's the right word, coffee dude. Underwhelming. It's slightly underwhelming for double the price. All right, I just opened up this Fanta, and I can smell it in the air. It is really, this is pear. Oh, wow. I don't drink a lot of soda water, the sugary stuff. I prefer like tansansui, which is just carbonated water, or tea. But Fanta does make a good sugar water. This is pretty good. It tastes like pears that we know them, But the thing is that in Japan, you only find them during the holiday season, and they call them La France, and I didn't realize that it was the same pear. It looked like a pear, but then I remember when I first came to Japan, it didn't say pear, so it was confusing. It said La France. So how did it become a La France? Do they only grow them in France or something? Congratulations to the French for beating the English in the World Cup moments ago. All right, next up here. We've just lost all of our audience from the UK, from England anyways. All right, this is the rice onigiri. This looks like it's gonna be more promising. I think Japan does a pretty good rice here. I think this lens is better. Japan does a pretty good rice, and I think 7-Eleven is gonna do a good job with that. The rice looks slightly red, probably from ketchup, because they like to put ketchup on rice. I'm not a fan of ketchup, but I will eat it. Sometimes it'll surprise you. Have an open mind. Wow. All right. Wow. When you open the package, you start to see that there is some gourmet element to it. Look at it. Am I right in saying that? Do you see that? There's like, what is that, like cheese or mushrooms? And then there's some diced up tomatoes on top of it. That is pretty next level for an onigiri. I'll put it in the light a little bit better. That's impressive. It's fancy, right? Yeah, it's fancy. But is it good? Joy writes in here, a designer onigiri. I'm not a designer guy, but when it comes to food, I am. Mmm. Way better than the bacon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these vegetables on here have a little bit of, not vinegar maybe? Balsamic vinegar. It has another element to it that does make it taste fancier than just a plain old onigiri. It's next level. Mmm. Whoa! Whoa, wait. There's like some kind of cheese in the middle. What? Did you see that? I did not expect that. I did not expect that. There's some sort of cheese in the middle. This is a fancy schmancy one. Mmm. Oh, this is lovely. Best one. Best one. Mmm. Ate the whole thing. That was good. All right, now we have a base here. So the slab bacon, egg, and onigiri, I'd probably give that 3 stars out of 5. No. 2. 2 stars out of 5. This rice onigiri, we're gonna give that a 4.8 out of 5 because no one ever achieves a 5 out of 5. 4.8, that's pretty close. Soft, very, very fluffy egg on top there. Just perfectly done omelet consistency for an rice. Just so fluffy. The rice, it does have a ketchup in there, but it doesn't smell or taste like vinegary ketchup. It's just like a gourmet ketchup, if there's even such a thing. And then there's vegetables on there and the balsamic vinegar. Let's just say perhaps that's what it was. Just that element of a tinge on the side of the palate that kind of brings out all of the other flavors in a perfect epiphany of taste. Blows your mind. Sounds like I should give it a 5 out of 5, huh? This Fanta's pretty good. All right, next up on the hit list, It's probably Heinz. What is that gourmet ketchup? Heinz. All right, next up is, this is fun. Sorry, Kanai sent me a message. I thought I turned off line. This is the Hanjuku Tamago Onigiri. I've had this before, and I will have it again. It is quite good, and I'm looking forward to this. Oh wow. That Hanjuku egg just dances in the light. Wow, the moistness of it. Look at that. Oh, I gotta put it just properly in the light. Pan down, pan down. It's from Revenge of the Nerds. Pan down, pan down. Whoa. Everybody loves an ajitama, right? That half-boiled egg in ramen broth kind of takes the flavor of the ramen. But this one is like, the rice is like soaked in the broth. And that piece of seaweed probably wrapped around there to keep the egg in place. But more than that, it does give a very good symmetry to it, which is, in Japan, quite important for the food. It's not just a hot dog. It's got to look better than a hot dog. It's got to look like, I don't know, like a Japanese hot dog. No, I'm not giving you any, little birdie. Not yet, anyways. There's a sign that says don't feed the birds. It's right there. Alright, itadakimasu. I want my first bite to include the egg. It's really hard to do that. Mm. 4 out of 5. It's a sumo egg, right? It's wearing an obi. No, it's not. That's really good. You can't go wrong with the ajitama onigiri. Because that egg has such an amazing consistency to it. It's at the creaminess, salty creaminess in the middle there, and the white part of the egg also has a little bit of tension in there, but the rice that's been soaked in there, there's this unique saltiness that, you know, again, I think when they're making these onigiri, they're really taking bites of it and saying, how can we make the palate dance? And they did a pretty good job with that with this. Even the seaweed has a really good tinge to it that seems to hit another part of the palate. And you know, the longer you stay in Japan, the more the food you eat, the more it's more than just food. It's an experience, right? And you could actually make a rice ball an experience, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like they put just a little bit of mayonnaise in there, so there's a creaminess to it. Now the egg yolk is pretty creamy in itself, but that the mayonnaise in there really does add. It does a lot to it. Very satisfying. 4 out of 5. And that's a good score. That's a really good score. You know what? We can give that a 4.2 out of 5 for being, let's be perfectly honest. It's a 4.25 out of 5. I'll give it that quarter star that it deserves. All right. The Fanta is not rated because I rarely drink it, but if I compare this to Coca-Cola, this is way above Coke. If you have a choice between Fanta and Coke, go with Fanta. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to me. But at least with Fanta, it tastes like fruit, And there might be a nutrition value, maybe. but besides caloric intake. All right, this last one is just a throw in the park, just for fun. All right, I like the label of it. Check it out. Let's just pan down just a little bit because get a little bit better sun here. It says Alaska seafood. So apparently this is Alaskan mentaiko, which is spicy pollock roe. I love mentaiko, and at first I think it's really weird for Westerners to eat this. It has a strange consistency, and it's like a fish sack, right? It looks gross to Westerners. Like, what? You're gonna eat that? But then when you eat it, it's really good. So I think it's easy to judge it and say no way, and then when you try it, you say gradually over time, yes way, you know. And it is spicy, and it has a nice kick to it. And sometimes it'll pop a little bit, but it's not the same as ikura, which is much larger fish eggs. This one is fine. It's fine. It's smaller. All right, the way you eat it is you pull on the back here and take tab 1. It says here, it's in reverse because of the app that I'm using, but this app does give us 1080p HD, so we can't complain that much. 1, and pull it down. It exposes the belly. Number 2 is right here. Hold on to your onigiri on number 3 here and pull. Hold on. Make sure you pull the 1 tab all the way off. I forgot about that. All right. Then hold on here and take. And the seaweed. And tab number 3. The seaweed comes out unscathed, maybe slightly broken, and it's nice and crunchy. You can see that here. It comes out perfectly and coats it. Look, I guess, hold on a second. Where's the spicy? Oh, it's in the center. So you can't actually see, but in the center, they put it in the center of the onigiri. Sometimes you could see it by opening up the seaweed here. Hey, Heir to the Ron is here. Got the monthly box, and it's amazing as usual. Love the note from you guys. Thank you, Heir to the Ron. I'm glad. Thanks for telling me you got that. I saw that. I was following the tracking, and it made it to California faster than normal, which is good. They're still waiting, I think, in Chicago, though, at customs. All right, itadakimasu. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. Which is what an onigiri is supposed to typically. You see in the center there is some flavoring. Rice in general doesn't have much flavor. But the longer you live in Japan, the more you recognize that rice does have a flavor to it. I think you have to live here for a while. Maybe you know, like it's good rice, it has good water, and it's been cooked in a certain way that it tastes different than other rice. You can tell the difference the longer that you eat rice. But in the West, we eat bread and a lot of other stuff. It's really hard to gauge it. But the longer you spend time in Japan, the more you can tell what really good rice is. And that was maybe 20 years ago, but in the US now, people do eat more rice maybe than they did 20 years ago, when Uncle Ben's was the only rice I think that most families would eat. It's a changed world. There you go. I love the mentaiko. It makes me think of Japan, because there's no other flavor like it except what it is here in Japan. So it takes me back to the countryside when I eat it, mentaiko. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I guess that's when only when I really eat it. Kanae and we don't eat mentaiko normally. You'll find it for breakfast sometimes. It's quite good. In fact, Tsukishima here in this neighborhood that I'm in, It's famous for a dish called monjayaki, which looks like somebody has hurled onto a grill, a teppanyaki, but it tastes so good. It's the Tokyo's version of an okonomiyaki, I suppose. Yeah, you know what, pigeons? I'm not giving you anything here. They really... Yeah, you're not getting anything. Yeah, mentaiko is really good. Some of the best fillings that I've had were yakiniku, yakitori, where they put in a couple pieces of grilled negi, Welsh onions and grilled chicken, and you have some of the charcoal taste to it. So they can get pretty creative. So usually, though, the onigiri is a meal that you can put in your pocket, and if you're going for a hike or something, it'll last for half a day. You don't want to, they do have expiration dates on it because they are fresh, but convenience stores onigiri, they might last a little bit longer because they probably have a slight chemical in there that might make sure that you don't get sick and sue them. But onigiri, it's a really great food that you can take on the run. You put it in a pocket or a bag, and it has different flavors in it. It's packaged pretty well, and you can eat it anywhere. And over the last 20 years of living here, they've gotten more creative with onigiri, and the tastes have changed, and it's a reason why onigiri rice balls sound boring. Even the translation for an onigiri sounds boring. Rice ball. You should just learn the word onigiri. And the more you travel around Japan, the more interesting they become, because they also have regionalized onigiri. I saw recently down in Kyushu, which is the island to the southwest, they had a chicken namban onigiri at Family Mart. In fact, they had it here in Tokyo for a while, and that was really good. It had this deep fried breaded chicken cutlet with tartar sauce, with like an egg-based tartar sauce with little pieces of egg in there. Oh my gosh. And they wrap it up in seaweed and the rice around it. That is a meal in a package there, like a little handheld package. It was so good. Chicken namban in general is better it's as a dish, but to put it in an onigiri, that was a really nice bite. And I'm always impressed with how the Japanese find a way to innovate the food. It's like taking a hot dog in the US, maybe a hamburger might be a better way, and then finding all the toppings and things you can do to it to make it better. They do that in Japan. I like to see them bread and deep fry an onigiri. I'd like to see deep fried onigiri, just for the heck of it. Maybe that's something they could do in Iowa. I've seen they deep fry anything at the state fair. Hey, Danny's here. Now go run after. Yeah, I got to go for a run, buddy. That's for sure. I will this evening. I was at the gym earlier, last night. I went to the gym. Now go run after this. Oh, the chat moved it. You will take weight. Dude, you have no idea. When I look in the mirror, I have another chin now. It's not glorious. But, yeah, I think I'll be just fine. I just gotta keep running, get into a pattern. That's the way you do it, and eat better. Like, I didn't finish all the onigiri for a reason. You have to take care of yourself, and yeah, I don't do the midnight snack runs because it doesn't make a lot of sense for my body to eat right before I go to bed. So much food or even sugar, that's not good for you. But we have to take care of ourselves for the long run, and I'm in it for a marathon, so I'll be doing this for quite long, quite much more time. I'm working on a video right now that I hope to release probably as soon as I get back from Kochi on the culture of gift wrapping here in Japan, and that'll come out for sure this week. And then I have a second video that'll be coming out the week after that during the holiday week, and that'll be on Wagyu. So it's gonna be I'll have 2 episodes this month minimum, and that's going to be really, really cool. And then in January, I'll get a new rhythm to have at least 2 episodes a month coming on the main channel starting this month. And those 2 episodes are almost done, which is exciting. So I'm kind of interested to see how the channel does with a more consistent release schedule. We've done pretty good. The main channel has 203,000 subscribers, and it's growing much faster than this particular channel because the topics are such that new viewers are engaged, right? We're always bringing in new viewers, and live streams are a little bit harder to do that. But that's YouTube. And I'll be doing more shorts as well. So I've got a couple of those coming this month too. Is John wearing similar colors? I'm trying to blend in with the pigeons so that they don't bother me as much. They just see me as, oh, it's just one of us and keep going. But he's a big one. Yeah, Yadi, 203,000. It's a far cry from where the channel was before I had to make the switch. Before I had to jet from the train wreck that is what it is now. But you know, I haven't watched any of the episodes. I'm scared to. And yeah, I unsubscribed a long time ago. It's like, why? Let's be honest. There's so many Japan-based YouTubers now. The content has to be quite good, I think. You only have 24 hours in a day. When you see what's being put out, you have to decide that, like, that's not what viewers want, and you just kind of, I just moved on, and which was the saddest thing in the world, to unsubscribe from a baby that you'd created. But there you go. That's life. Drogger's here. I finally got him on live. There you go, buddy. Super stoked. Are you planning to upload on TikTok? No. I don't know. Shin Yamoto. John, if you and family decide to live in countryside of Japan, what is your top 3 choices and why? My dream was to live in Japan. Is to live in Japan. Should be, right? Should always be dreaming big. That's a great question. So right now, if I had to live in the countryside, Okinawa and Kagoshima and Miyazaki and Kyushu are really high on my list because the weather is pretty nice down there. The food is out of sight. Like, it's out of sight, I mean, in a good way. I mean, like, I can see it, but it is really, really good. I eat so well in Kyushu and Okinawa just because it's, like, tropical and nice and warm. But I'm not sure. I think I would probably pick Kagoshima or Miyazaki right now. It's kind of off of the beaten path. Literally, it's really down there. But I really enjoyed. Every time I go to Miyazaki, the people are friendly, the food is delicious. People are so friendly and lively, genki, and the property prices are a lot cheaper down there compared to Tokyo. Around here, Nagano is an amazing place, and we've talked about if we're gonna stay in the Kanto region in this area, maybe to like the Zushi, Kamakura area is really nice, or a lot of creative people have moved down there that want to get out of the city. And then there's Nagano. There's a lot of towns that are on the Shinkansen line that make it really easy to get into Tokyo. Like Karuizawa, for example, is a really nice place. And then I'm going to Kochi on Monday, tomorrow morning. So like I could see myself possibly living there too. There's a lot of opportunities. Kochi is a very progressive, how do I say this? I hate using the word progressive because it sounds political. Progress-oriented prefecture, which is a good word here in Japan because you think of all the prefectures here and all the people that are a little bit, over the age of 65, which is not a bad thing, but it makes it harder to change. People want to keep things the way it is, but in order to improve the economy, you really have to be consistently changing and encouraging younger people to come in. Kochi is one of the prefectures that has done a really improved job of doing that. So I could see myself going to a countryside, and this is important. I'm glad that you brought this up. Before you move out to the countryside, sometimes you don't have a choice. You inherit land, or you're given a place, or you have a connection to a certain area. But for a particular reason, so the choice is already made for you in most parts. But if you have to choose, I would do my homework and pick a place that has that is changing for the positive, that has a local government and a community that wants change. And there are communities that have are falling apart. The infrastructure is falling apart. There's no people shopping. Nope. And the older people get it. They get it when they start losing money and say, we can't continue this. Nobody wants to live there anymore. There's no cafes. The supermarket closes at 4 p.m. Like, you know, nobody wants to live in a town like that. Otoyo, which is where I talked about this in the Leave Tokyo, Save Japan was the name of the episode. Leave Tokyo, Save Japan. And I talked about some of the areas in Kochi. There's some places that are doing really good and some places that aren't. And Otoyo is one of those places where people are just want to cling to nothingness or the old way. And it's changing too slowly, unfortunately. So hopefully, you know, you want to pick a town that is embracing change. Where they're encouraging people to start businesses. They're encouraging people to move there. They're finding ways to, you know, opening up schools. I want you to put this in perspective. Just because you're in the countryside and it's a beautiful place, the closest school could be, you know, like 50 miles away for your kids, because the schools have shut down because the populations are too low, and some schools might have 12 kids where 30 years ago they had 1,200 kids. It's actually happening. So, you know, just keep that in consideration if you do look into moving to the countryside. But with that said, there's a lot of really great places. It's hard to just pick one or two. Aomori also seems to be a place that I would really enjoy living, but it's kind of cold for me. I'd like to try it out first. And Hokkaido as well is kind of neat, I think would be nice. Oh, the other thing I want to do is we're going to have something called Brandanimus. Is that better pronunciation? And Brandani is here, I believe. And she has sponsored 2 boxes, care boxes from Japan to be sent to viewers. If you want, I'm going to put a post. I think Facebook might be the easiest place to do this, as well as our Discord server. Today I'm going to start, I guess we'll start a little temporary community on Discord called Brandanimus. Is it Brandani? Are we saying it's Brandanimus? Is that the best way to say Brandanimus? It's the Christmas from Brandania, and I'm going to send 2 packages to viewers. Now, I talked with Brandy, who has the Aloha Spirit, and we have decided to. I don't know, are we doing haiku, Brandy? I think we're gonna ask you to send in your best haiku for one of the boxes, and for the second box, which cannot be the same person, you can send in your best Japan photo, and you have to have taken it. That means that you have to have been to Japan, which I think a lot of you have. Send us your best photo. Share. You don't have to send. Share your best photo on the post on Facebook or in the Discord Brandanimus community that we're gonna set up like right away. And then we're going to pick 2 people and send them the boxes. The boxes are care boxes from Japan. There's usually a box of mini cakes, potato chips from Japan with a unique flavor, you know, several side items that are a lot of fun. And gosh, I don't know, what else can I send in there? Maybe some stickers, a postcard. We'll make it real festive. We'll put in stuff that Brandania likes. How about that? We'll talk about what should we put in there. So let's try that out. And if you ever wanted to receive something from Japan, now is the time. So go into the Facebook post that I'm going to put up there. Don't do it right now. Wait like 30 minutes, because I forgot all of that. I kind of left my mind for a second. I'll put in a post here, and just comment there by sharing your photo there, or you could share your haiku on Facebook. It's facebook.com/onlyinjapantv, one word. Or if you go into the Discord server, we'll start a Brandanimus community, and you can share your haikus and photos there as well. And we'll pick one winner from the haiku people, and we'll pick one winner from the photo people, and then we'll send the 2 boxes. Location doesn't matter, but you should have mail open. You know, the boxes probably won't go out until after Christmas though at this time, Brandania. So your boxes will be on the way, should I say, but they'll probably be sent in January. No, I'm not sending canned seal curry. That's nasty and heavy. It's crazy. And you're not gonna eat it. It's not that good. It tastes funny. All right? Arturo, how dare you ask about that? You've been disqualified. So there you go. Think of a haiku. Have some fun with it. If you have kids, you can work together with it. We'll pick the best one or the cutest one. It doesn't have to be the greatest one. And Brandania is the judge, so I'm gonna let her decide. And maybe I'll help guide. But there you go, Brandania, you ask for it. We're gonna, and this is the spirit of Christmas. And this is something I think the giving spirit is strong with our community. It always has been. We've done some great stuff. Peter and I, we're right at the end of the documentary. We just need to find time to get together. But we've been for the Kickstarter documentary. But we just cannot meet up our schedules now for a while now. I'm going to Kochi, and then as soon as I come back, he's got 40 narrations to do, 40 jobs. So it's going to be really hard. But we'll have the documentary out as soon as it's done. So we're gonna make sure it's really good before we release it. So it might take extra time. It's just the way it is. But the spirit of giving is strong with the community, and Brandania is a saint, an angel. Somebody ring a bell. An angel has received her wings. Karaoke flavored Pepsi. I do have one bottle left, actually. Now that you bring that up. Arturo got disqualified for bringing that up. No, Arturo, we'll bring you back in. You've been warned. You've been warned. All right, everybody, have a good day, have a good night. Thanks again for sharing your afternoon with me or your evening, and I'll be back in a live stream tomorrow morning, maybe from Haneda Airport, but definitely, you can already schedule this one around 11 a.m. Japan's time, around the same time I started this live stream. I'll be in a small town called, I think it's called Ino in Kochi Prefecture. It's such a beautiful little picturesque town. You're gonna love this live stream tomorrow. Make sure you go in and I guess you can click for the reminder, but it'll start at 11 o'clock, about 11 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to my trip to Kochi tomorrow morning. It's going to be fun. It always is. It always is. I'm going to a place called Tosa Shimizu, which is on like the most desolate part of Shikoku. You can't get further than Tosa Shimizu. And I'm going to be going there for a night, which is going to be pretty awesome. And then do a live stream or two in this region of Japan. This is only in Japan Go, where I'm on the go, traveling and taking you with me. And discovering new areas is also really important. And I do have a on Monday night, sometime this coming week, for members, if you're part of the Only in Japan member or Samurai or above on Patreon, thank you so much. We're going to do Q&As for travel advice coming to Japan. So that announcement will be coming on the channel memberships. All you got to do is to give $1, and you can join us on these special Q&As to help plan your trips. And I think the smaller groups will be more beneficial, hitting people that are actually really interested and in the middle of planning their trips, and then getting advice, and then hearing from other people that have already been to Japan. It's kind of fun to talk Japan, right? It's kind of fun to talk about the new places and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Travelers are included, so are Patreon supporters. So I will share the link on Patreon as well, so everybody can watch it in both of them. So you can either support on YouTube or you can support on Patreon. Patreon's probably better for me, to be honest. But YouTube is, it's very organic. So it's nice for both of them. Depends on which one you want to do. Oh, one last thing. I've been doing this YouTube Premium. I know they raised the price on it. I'm not going to say to get it, but I've used YouTube so much because of it. I can download the videos and watch it on flights, which is awesome. And there's no more commercials, so I never have to watch TV with Leo because he likes to watch bus videos, but no commercials pop up, and I'm kind of happy about that. So it's, YouTube Premium is actually good. It's just more expensive than I think it should be, but anyways, it pays for itself because it pays for itself because I watch a lot of YouTube, mostly like NFL stuff. College football, not Japan stuff. But hold on. Yeah, if you don't like watching the ads, it's amazing. I haven't seen an ad in 3 months. No skip ads. So if you're tired of skipping through ads and stuff, oh my gosh, it's just so great. I think if you buy it from Argentina, someone said if you log in and get it from Argentina, it's like $2 a month or something. I don't know that you can still do that. This is a little shrine here, and the last thing I'm going to do is to test out this Wi-Fi here. So this shrine it's one of my favorite shrines because I think it's like, look at this ginkgo tree, which is beautiful. A truck went right in front of it. Look at this ginkgo tree. Oh my god. It is stunning. Oh, I love trees. And this shrine this is one of the reasons why I love coming to Tsukuda. There's also a secret shrine here, and I'm gonna do another live stream on this another day. You can tell from the sign here. Do you see that? So I don't know how the signal is, but in this alley, there's another secret shrine. Do you see there's a tree? You see that between the two buildings? That tree is growing between the buildings, all right? It's bizarre. I'm gonna go in here. I don't think the signal's gonna be good, but we're gonna try and it'll come out on the other side. Here you go. But this shrine is amazing. Check this out. Did you see that? You don't even notice it, but that tree is growing in the center. That's amazing, isn't it? So I'll try to do another live stream and get more of the history of it, but this is such a super secret shrine that, you know, like another thing. That's what I love about Japan. You go around the corner and you find something amazing like that. It's a holy place, so I don't want to impose over there. People on the weekend are going there to pray all the time, but pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, everybody, thanks for watching and joining me on this afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow from Kochi, or at least from Haneda Airport. Perhaps we'll see if I have some time. I gotta leave at like 5:55 in the morning, so I better get some sleep. See ya.